Okay, let's talk about phone cameras. If you watched any review in the past 5 years about a phone, it's gonna have probably a third of it devoted towards the camera system. The point every single year, every single marketing push, every single time is to convince you that this is finally the year where phone cameras catch up to bespoke digital cameras. I'm not saying that phone cameras are bad. I think they're actually wonders of engineering. They're incredibly convenient. They're super fast to take out of your pocket. You can snap a picture, but I hate taking pictures with my phone. Why is that? What's the purpose of taking a picture? Like, why do you have a picture? Why do you take a picture? For me, it's really for two reasons. I want to remember something, or I think something is mildly interesting and I want to take a picture of it. For remembering stuff, it's kind of the lamest reason. You can argue that the phone is the most convenient option, and you might be right. I'm not going to deny that. I think that, in terms of just the raw convenience factor, having a camera that you can just take out of your pocket within 5 seconds is kind of ridiculous. When I actually remember to take out my camera to take a picture of a poster, for example, I'm absolutely going to remember it because I'm going to review my SD card later that day. And that will actually force me to kind of think about what I'm trying to remember. Meanwhile, with the phone, because it's so accessible, essentially anything can go in that camera roll and nothing really sticks out. Of course, you're also remembering people, like hopefully you have like loved ones and friends and people you care about that you want to take pictures of. And I think that that's also a great use case for the phone, right? Like, I'm not denying that it's so much easier to just take out a picture when you see something cool happen with your best friend. But I also think that phone pictures become a little too perfect. Every single time I've taken a picture of someone that is close to me with my camera, it's usually ended up pretty special. For phone pictures, it's almost like you're documenting it in sort of this clinical fashion because every photo kind of seems the same. It's like I'm prepping to post the picture instead of actually trying to document what just happened. You lose a lot of that reality because of the retouching and the exposure compensation that the phone will do and all that kind of stuff. It's just a little too clean in a lot of ways. I like having the blur, I like having the panicked flashes, I like having the imperfections of the camera because that's what real life looks like to me. And like, worst case, if it doesn't look that good in the moment, I can just flip the auto lever and like, boom, now I have everything automatically calibrated. I don't have to think about anything. Perfect, we're done. But okay, we've figured out remembering stuff. I know it's gonna be a little controversial, but how about just the photo taking experience? For me, I think a camera has a B here, and it's really for one simple reason. I've shot pretty much every single type of camera. I've shot compacts, I've shot DSLRs, I've shot big film SLRs, I've shot these enthusiast level digital cameras. I've even shot Polaroids, right? And like, every single one of them has one thing in common, which is just having a nice shutter button. I think that's the most important thing we can really stress here, is that I miss having a shutter button. I know people are gonna bring up like the new camera control button. I don't care about a camera control button. That's not like a real button. That's what I want, right? Is having sort of an element that has a little bit of friction to it, a little bit of intentionality to it. That's all I'm trying to do when I go out and take pictures. I'm not trying to see something and I go, oh, okay, let me be in photo mode for like 1 second, take out my camera, take a picture. No, I want to be in photo mode. That's why I like having a neck strap. That's why I like having a heavy camera with a big lens. It makes me feel like I'm ready to take pictures, which a phone never really does. We can talk about like software, we can talk about like exporting, and obviously all these things are way more convenient on the phone because it's not just the camera, right? I'm not saying that that's wrong if you think that it's just so much more convenient to have an iPhone or whatever you use, right? But I think that just the actual experience of taking a picture cannot be beaten with an actual camera, unfortunately. I think it'd be really convenient if I had a phone that was, at the same level as this. But I don't think it'd be as fun. Hey, and I won't lie, I like having a lens too, okay? Having like a little clutch, that's pretty good too. That's all I'm saying. Okay.